I get the right buttons there. I guess so. Welcome to the gun shop, folks. Buck here. We were off last week. I wasn't feeling up to par last week. Let's just say feeling much better this week. So we're going to continue what we wanted to do last week, and that is we're going to head after that sly, sneaky old red fox. So I'm just getting here, just getting things squared away here. I got things going on. I got to jump over and open up. I got to open up the gun shop. There we go. All right. I see Smoke's already here making coffee. That's good. Howdy, Smoke.
Yep. Thankfully, you gave me a key.
All right, let me turn you up a little bit. I think I got you down a little bit low. Okay, there we go. All right. How you been, sir? Haven't talked to you in a while. I was under the weather for a while.
I heard that. Did my
Yeah.
research on that special 7 millimeter cartridge.
Oh, wonderful. So we get to talk about that tonight. Excellent.
Yes, we do. And it is a very interesting cartridge. I think you'll be fairly excited to get some information on it.
Good, good, very good. Well, I noticed Draving's over on. He's over on the. I don't know if he knows uh, about the 7 o'clock show or not. He may be just getting ready for the 8 o'clock show. I don't know. Let me go over there. Let's see. Yeah, that's all good over there. That looks good. All right. Okay, guys. Well, we're on Red Fox. On the EHR. Now the Red Fox is do I have my text topic up there? Yeah, we got them up there. That's good. Where's our EHR maps? Let's do that one. This Red Fox, he can be found. Now, why isn't my switch button there? There it is, because I've pushed too many damn buttons. That's why. All right. He can be found on Hirschfelden, Hemedal, Bush Rangers, and Val-Des-Bois. And we decided that we've been hunting down there for the last couple of weeks down on Val-Des-Bois, and it's really it's some nice hunting there. Um, we seem to have been running into a lot of red fox, so we're gonna hopefully our luck continues down there in the area. We're gonna be hunting the southwest part of the map down there. Smoke. Now, have you been down there yet with us, Smoke, on any of these hunts for these red fox?
Not yet.
I
This will be
can't.
my first red fox hunt.
Yeah, I can't remember if you were with us or not. And we had a lot of red deer down there also, guys. There's so as far as about do I have that up there, Pope? Nope, you ain't got that up there, Buck. Put that up there for the folks now. Fishing class. I think it's this one. There we are. There we are. Now, Val-Des-Bois has it. They've got other species down there too. So once again, we're going to be hunting a red fox. So we're gonna be geared up for him. But you got to be prepared for anything that walks by you. So you're going to have there's red deer down there. There's roe deer. You got brown bear on this map. Wood grouse. The rock ptarmigan. Ptarmigan. And European wabbit. So and wabbit hunting over here is pretty fun. I know Draving and I have done some, and Coach have done some wabbit hunting over here, and it's a lot of fun. So, but we're not going to be after them tonight, so we're not going to be hunting those guys at all. Like I said, we're going to be hunting our mainly our red fox guy. Uh, on these waterways, guys. Let me get back to my other thing there. Do I have that guy ready to go? Yeah, there we are. If you're gonna hunt these fox on Hirschfelden, you're gonna want to make sure that you have either your fall field or um forest gear for that guy. All right, and if you're gonna be hunting on Hamadal with him, you're gonna be wanting to be sporting your winter forest over there, and brush wranglers, of course, is the arid camo, and Val-Des-Bois is um summer forest. Now, I don't own the summer forest gear, so I hunt down there with my trapper stuff on, and because I mainly hunt for the red deer down there, and I seem to do pretty well with that trapper outfit against these red fox. Now again, I'm up in a tree stand, so that helps again right there because that gives you a completely different whole environment of you know reduction in the game being up in a tree stand, much greater than if you're on the ground. So hunt like that, and I seem to be not too bad against the red fox. I can get him. I can get him to come right in underneath the tree stand. So that's I mean, if we can knock him down with a bow, that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're going to be trying to do tonight. But we're going to also go over. We're going to let smoke go at it here. Now, the traits of this red fox, something to remember. This is one of the guys that's immune to Boone and Crockett. Um, that that Boone and Crockett stuff makes no difference to him. He sees you. And these guys have very good eyesight. They can see the slightest movement from afar. And that's in real life too. Fox got keen eyesight, very keen eyesight. And they're very good at hearing and smell. So a lot of times scent eliminator is really not necessary on specific animals, but I would recommend. I don't know if Draving. I know Draving is he's not real big on the scent eliminators on a lot of different animals that you don't really need it, and I can understand his theory behind a lot of that. However, for this red fox, I tend to use it as often as I need to. Don't go wasting it and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, if you're up in a tree stand, you're all right. But if you're moving around place to place before you get posted up, definitely want to use it. Uh, so now, here's a thing to remember, guys, about the red fox. The females do not they're not much smaller than the males. So I know a lot of guys, and I'm guilty of it myself, because I don't shoot female in almost any species that I hunt. However, in this game, the females are pretty close to the same weight as the males. They're not much behind them. So make sure that you don't because a 30 red fox is a trophy, and they're tough to come by. But don't overlook the females if you're looking for that big fox because you might find one right there. They do rank pretty high, so keep an eye out on that. What else? Attractants. Now the attractants for this, what you're going to want to take with you guys is the jackrabbit collar. It's the green one. The motion predator decoy double tail that works for these guys. The motion predator decoy rabbit. Um, those would be your decoys that you want to take with you. Your attractants to use. Fur variants on this red fox. You got a cross, which is kind of, I should have put some of them up, but I didn't. Sorry about that. You got a cross that looks almost like a gray silver tip. It almost looks like a silver tip, and that's a very very rare, and the gray, albino, and melanistic. Now I get confused on the cross one all the time. I'm thinking I'm shooting at a melanistic, and I'm not. Just not enough experience there, but hunting these fox. But I like to hunt them absolutely. Now the tactics. Several may spawn in the same area, but there's no group behavior on these guys. Okay, folks. It can take some time to call one of these in, so you got to really be patient to get them in. Be patient, and they don't always come straight in a line. Um, they will circle when you call them. They'll circle around. So you want to pick your biggest animal. Um, Take the shot, but don't waste time. Don't rush your shot, but don't play around. I mean, get your big guy because they're going to circle a couple of times and then they're out of there. And you don't have a long time to eyeball these guys up. So you should be eyeballing them up on their way in. If you get a chance to actually see them coming in, and all of a sudden, a lot of times they just all of a sudden, you're looking left and you turn around to the right and there they are. Because I've done it where you can hear them call and they'll call for a while and then they just go silent. And the next thing you know, they're standing right beside you. So something to think about. Use your eyesight and your vision a lot. Don't fall asleep in the trees like Buck does. uh, don't rush. Buck, what else did you want to talk about, Buck? Read your notes. Oh, now they say they say to you should stay 30 to 35 meters away from where you called from. Now, if you're in a tree stand, that's pretty tough to do. If you're calling out of a tree stand, what are you gonna do? Run out of a tree, run down every time you want to call and get back up. Um, I don't know. So that's you want to have time. You want to have time to lay down because if you're hunting on the ground, then yes, that 100%. Make a call. Get 30 to 35 meters away from where you called, and you do figure this out ahead of time. Know where you're going to sit. Know where you're going to sit. Know where you're going to hide and perch yourself prone on a rock so you can just lay there, and then figure out where your 35 meters away is. Go over there, call, come back to your spot, and get ready. Um, because, like I said, if you're in a prone position, you can get them to come right up in there, and you better be prone if you're hunting red fox on the ground when these guys come in because they will see you. And it's going to be one of those deals where you pop up into a kneeling position where you just have enough time to make the shot. So, and 35 meters away is the safe zone, supposedly, quote, that you can actually pull bow up or something and it will not affect. I don't know, 35 meters is pretty close. They they can see all the way across the river. So I don't know how 35 meters is going to help you personally with Fox. You better be on him. That's all I got to say. Tracking. Go slow, glass a lot. You can spook these guys a lot. They'll spook, but they will go back to roaming rather quickly. And one thing about the red fox is when they start roaming after that spook, they'll roam in any direction. So they could be coming right back at you. So always pay attention to that. If you are running them down and you did manage to, you made a mistake and you kicked them out ahead of you. Don't run after them. Take your time, glass them a lot, slow and easy, steady, and wait for them to calm down and go back to roaming. And a lot of times you can call them back in too, and they'll come right back at you. All right, tree stands are the exceptions. Um, they have their own, like I said, as far as staying away from where you call your tree stands, you sit in there and call you want. Call till you're blue in the face. I think that's about it now. Let's go over now. Now we get to talk about all the fun stuff. How about it, Smoke? Give me. I call him Buck.
I have a couple things I'd like to add before I jump into ballistics.
Sure,
One thing
add
we
please, add to it, my friend.
one thing we have to keep in mind when we're dealing with the fox is you're dealing with an animal that's whole theory on survival is purely based off of opportunity. The opportunity to flee, the opportunity for food, the opportunity for anything. It is all based upon opportunity. And if it has an opportunity, it's going to take it every single time.
This is true.
I
Yeah.
cannot stress that enough. From fleeing to eating to anything. On top of that, it is a very cunning animal. If you think you're smarter than a fox, go back to school because you're not.
Oh yeah, they're tough. That's why I said it when in the description, the sly old sneaky fox, because they are very very tough to hunt, and
But
normally you only get to see them for just a split. I think in the game it's actually a little easier than real life because they kind of hang around a little bit longer than you really see them in real life. In real life,
mm-hmm.
you better be really fast. In the game, they do like I said, they'll circle they'll give you time to eyeball which one you think should be the biggest one. But don't dilly dally around about it. That's for sure. Make your decision quick, or they'll all be
But
gone. So let's
onto
talk
the
about this. Let's talk about the rifles first. What?
onto the one round I know you have been curious about for 3 weeks, and I have failed you for an answer.
Well, did you get an answer yet?
I do on the infamous 7 millimeter '08 cartridge, and I also have a knowledge on what the '08 designation is.
Well, cool. Why don't you share that plethora of wealth with
So
us?
it is a direct copy of a Wildcat cartridge. What a Wildcat cartridge is generally when someone takes one bullet and produces it for another means or necks it down for a slightly other mean.
Okay.
And that is exactly what we are dealing with. we are dealing with a necked down 308. It is necked down from 7.62, a 30 caliber round, to a .28 cal,
Ah,
with a tiny increase in overall case length.
giving us ability to put a little more powder.
Exactly. One of the most popular cartridges apparently in North America, only beaten by a 243, ironically.
Huh.
Although if you hold up against a 308, it's going to lose.
Yeah, it's gonna lose.
Very ballistically, we're going to see a lot of what I think we're going to want to see for varmint hunting or very small, or I wouldn't say small, but medium game animals. We're dealing with a 140 to 175 gram projectile traveling anywhere from 2,800 to just under 2,600 feet per second. This should be a fairly
That's that
flat moving bullet.
that I was gonna say that's in my book. That's pretty flat and fast, huh?
And positive of that is no matter what energy number I look at, we're looking at 2,000 plus foot pounds of energy. So if you're worried about not having kinetic energy downrange, don't. You could probably take on a small deer with this easily.
Hmm. Very good.
But that is our infamous 7mm by '08. And the '08, as you can guess, comes from 308.
308. All right. Well, because even a couple of my buddies, I asked them. I said, "Have you ever heard of this round?" No, not really. Is it something we use a lot around here? Where did you hear about that? Of course, when I tell them it's in one of my hunting games, then I have to hear it for half an hour.
Oh, I know. It's terrible. You do what?
Yeah. What? We told you about them damn games, Buck. When you gonna get out from underneath of that rock?
But moving on through the ballistics, there's actually not a long list of powder that we can use on this Red Fox, amazingly.
Yeah, I noticed
You're
that.
gonna have you're gonna have the 17 HMR with high velocity.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 223, 243. From there, you are pretty much out of rifles with the exception of the 7mm '08. High velocity. And I can't emphasize that enough, as we both know there's two bullets for the 7mm in this game.
Yeah.
Beyond that, you move into a handgun, which is 357 if you're absolutely forced to. I would not want to take a Fox due to how fast they move with a handgun.
It'd be kind of
You
rough,
can
but
use
again, it's quite doable. If you're in
I
a
never said impossible, just not
yeah,
ideal.
yeah, for the guys that hunt in the game here, because you can definitely do it out of a tree stand, from an electron. If you got electronic collar out there, you can get these guys in to sit still long enough where you can take that shot with it. But of course, again, why the powder? Hit 'em with a bow.
Well, we're getting there. We're getting there.
No,
For shotguns, buckshot only. 16, 12, or 10. Take your choice.
yeah, and I find that
So
odd that I
I
know.
do. I did, especially that 10 gauge.
Yeah, I thought the 10 gauge was a little big uh, for a fox, and I would have thought that you could have kind of snuck the 20 gauge almost in on that. It you
20
know
gauge slug, I absolutely personally I disagree with the game. I think a 20 gauge slug or even a 16 gauge slug would be a very good choice depending on circumstance.
yeah.
And then our last powder weapon, which kind of surprised me again,
I
despite due to the size of the animal, is the 50 cal patched round ball,
Uh, what's
which is the old school musket that you can deal with in this game.
well, I think the purpose of that one is you get
Go
to.
with the trapper outfit.
Yeah. Well, I think the purpose of letting that one in there, so this was the old hunters that wanted to not only kill their game but process it all in one motion. So
And then, of course, any bow you can think of under the sun.
yeah, and they're tough to hit at a trot with a bow, that's for sure. But I've I've taken a few with the bow. Like I said, it with the right collar and in the right tree stand. It's that one's not so hard. Um,
Hey
I
guys, how you guys doing?
there he
Pretty good.
is. He
You
finally.
got anything to add so far, Dre?
Well, I've been eating pizza, so I missed part of it, but I did catch where you said slug. You can't use slug on a fox. Got to be buckshot.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
that's
that
why we were saying we disagree with the game.
we
Well,
were.
the game don't allow you to use a slug.
Well, we understand it, but we're talking real hunting facts here. Not this is
Well, you don't
always
want to. If you used a slug, you'd rip that thing right apart in real life.
well. So would
Well, we're talking like a 20 or a 16.
Nah, that's unethical, even in real life.
and well a 50 caliber. You can use that. That I mean, come
Well,
on.
yeah, but it's the ball shot. That's the difference. It's not the regular, the big animal. It's the smaller version for smaller game.
Touche. I guess he has a point there.
And there's no electronic collar for fox. You got to use the
It's the
Thank
that
God.
that
the,
what's that little green collar
the
called?
predator.
The
Yeah,
jackrabbit collar.
You
yeah,
can use, I thought there was a motion collar you could use.
yeah.
No, not for fox.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It's right in the wiki.
I'm gonna double check you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Right
check.
now.
There's only 4 animals you can use the e-collar for, and that's not
Well,
one.
not the
Not the
e-collar,
e-collar,
but
the
the
motion
motion,
collar.
the
Oh,
motion
you're
predator.
talking about that little
Decoy.
flippy thing. Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah, the double tail and the decoy rabbit. You can use all
Yeah,
that.
that one. That one you can use. Yeah.
Yeah, I went
And
over. Yeah, I already went over the
combining those
attractants.
are awesome.
Yeah, yeah, we went over the attractants there.
About to say you really had us going there for a second.
Like I say, another than bow, yeah, that crossbow pistol is really good too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I bet that'd be deadly.
Oh, it's if you can get them close enough, which you can if you work at it. It's real quiet.
I carry mine every chance I get. I love it.
Yeah, as long as you got a 30-yard shot, I mean, or lower, that's good. I try to get them about 20, 25. Beyond there, I mean, you really got to aim with that crossbow pistol, but you can get them.
Well, I dare say you've probably been hunting in this game longer than either of us. Is there anything you can think of about the tendencies of the fox that we should know about?
Like say, I briefly caught before I went and got some more pizzas. You were talking about ambush. Basically, if you're not hunting out of a tree stand, you want to find a track it down until you get close enough, set up an ambush, then call it in once your ambush location's set up. You don't want to call them and then say, where am I going to lay? Because by then, you don't have time to get set up. That fox, if it comes quick, is going to bust you.
Yep.
So you want to get your little motion detector predator decoy set up. Find a rock behind it you're going to lay at, and then call from where your decoy is set up, the little motion predator decoy. And then here's a little hint: swap the caller to something else before you walk back to your tree stand. It's kind of a little game bug. If you keep that in your hand, a lot of times they'll know where you're sitting, especially in a tree stand. So make the call, swap to something else, then walk back, and it seems to avoid that.
Because it follows that it follows the
Yeah.
GPS point of that call.
Yeah, for some reason it thinks it knows where you are in a tree stand, even if you didn't call from the tree stand. Not all the time, but it does happen with coyote as well. So I try to swap to like a deer call or something else, whatever you got in your hand, even if it's a weapon, then walk back, and it seems to help that or alleviate that problem.
Now, what do you think? What do you think, Jim, on this? Because what I was able to dig up, they're saying basically make your ambush point 30 to 35 meters, and that will allow you to get up from a prone position into a kneeling position.
Actually, you don't even need to kneel, and really, unless you're using a regular bow, then you would obviously have to. Then I'd recommend 30, 35. But if you're going to keep laying down with a crossbow pistol or a 17, if you're using a 17, you don't even have to have it that close. But if you want to use the crossbow pistol, I would go 25, 30 meters If you're using the 17, I would do about 40.
Well, I think they mean what they were talking about is so you would have. I think they were referring to more the bow where you have to get up on your knees to at least pull a bow up, and they're saying
Yeah.
that
It,
they wouldn't be affected.
Yeah, I mean, once you go to kneel, you better shoot quick because those fox ain't going to hang around, because they're going to detect you really quick.
That's what
So
I
as
was.
soon as you kneel, you better draw back and get that thing fired because you probably only got about 3 seconds, 4 seconds,
That's what
and that thing's going to be gone.
That's what I was telling everybody. Make sure that you've decided which one you want before you pop up, because you can't get up there and then lollygag and say, "Well, okay, which one is bigger? Which one?" You better already know
Yeah.
the one
Same
you're
thing if you
taking.
get a giant whitetail, for instance, they're going to detect you a lot quicker than a doe or a small buck. So when you go to kneel to shoot something, especially on a big trophy animal, you better shoot quick because that ain't going to hang around.
Yeah, they see it quick.
I
Oh,
mean, the programming must have it set up to the large, real big animals detect at a much smaller or a quicker rate. So you got to be quick yourself.
mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, we're gonna have a lot of fun out there tonight. Hopefully, we drop a lot of. Hopefully, we drop a lot of red fox. That'll be fun. Oh, guys, I want to thank you very much for stopping by. It's always good to hear. Love your input all the time. I'm sure everybody else does. Remember, leave your comments down there. If something you want us to discuss, you'd like to discuss, or like us to debate over. Drop a comment in on the bottom line. I read all the comments, every one of them, so they don't get by. You don't have to worry. I try to respond to every one of them that I can. But so far, so good. I've only missed a couple in the 2 years I've been doing this. But we're new. We're new here on the hunting side of the house, so we're going to keep going. Remember, we'll be back here next Tuesday with another hunt. I'll post something up. Hopefully, I'll get it up quicker than 20 minutes before showtime there. I was running a little bit late here today. Come back 8 o'clock. We're going to start this up. We're going to head down. And, what could be better than hunting the French Alps in the summertime for red fox? Maybe if we can if we can get a hold of Browning, he'll bring his foxhorn, the start of the hunt horn. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Remember, never ever give up the fight. If you got anything good out of this, remember to hit that thumbs up, like button, hit the subscribe and the little bell, and remind you when we do another one. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you later. I don't have a closing, I bet, for this one again. I think you did, Buck. You said that the last time. THC closing. Oh, there it is. See you guys.